Thrilling final gives perfect ending to Philippine Women's Open. Alex Ila may have been eliminated in the quarterfinals, but the championship match of the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open was still worth the price of admission and put an emphatic bow on a historic event. It was a match that lasted over 2 hours and went the full 3 sets, and featured the two players who were also massive fan favorites, Camila Osorio, the ever-smiling Colombian, and Donna Vekic, the Croatian who was affectionately called Tita Donna by fans on social media. The final served up some incredible tennis from both competitors, and even had a little bit of drama near the end. After Vekic easily took the first set, 6-2, it appeared as if the match would be a dud. But Osorio quickly put it behind her and came roaring back to take the second set, 6-3, and set up a winner-take-all third. "I feel like I was just trying to be very consistent the whole match," she said afterwards. "Even though I lost the first set, I was just trying to be focused on what I have to do. And if you could tell, I didn't even get mad. I was just like, okay, it happens." She's playing also great tennis. She had confidence. So the whole match, I was just like, okay, what is working for me and what do I have to approach now? So every single point, I was just trying to do that. And yeah, for sure, maybe that was a key point. Maybe sometimes it can change a bit more confidence and things like this. But even though I lost the first set, I was just very calm and thinking about what to do next. Both players held serve for the first 8 games before Osorio converted a breakpoint in the 9th to edge ahead, 5-4. The finish line was now in sight for the amiable Colombian, while for Vekic, the frustration boiled over as she threw her racket to the ground. But moments later, Vekic broke right back to again even things up and urged the crowd to rally to her side, which they did, of course. But as she had been the whole week, Osorio remained calm and answered with her own break, and suddenly she was serving for the match. Championship point came courtesy of an ace, and just like that, what began as an ambitious project in early December was finally in the books as the first ever WTA tennis tournament to be held in the Philippines reached its conclusion. For Osorio, the win was a confidence booster after a rough start to the 2026 season that saw her lose in the first round of 3 straight tournaments. It's very, very important. And obviously, I had a tough beginning of the year. So winning this match means a lot to me. And obviously, also being the first time here, it's unreal and basically a fairy tale for me. Vekic was emotional after the loss, and even an hour later was still trying to figure out what had gone wrong for her in the final after a strong showing earlier in the week. It's tough for me to say right now. I need some time to process, maybe look at the match, think about it. Right now, I'm too emotional. It was very close. She was playing really well. Nothing to say. It was really, really close. In the end, it all boiled down to Osorio digging deep into her cheery disposition. Always packing a smile, Ila, who lost to the Colombian, called her just a sweet person. Osorio decided to just go with the flow and live in the moment. I was telling myself, you like this, enjoy this, and things like that. Trying to be very, very positive. I don't know if you can notice, but the last game, I was just trying to smile. I was like, listen, this is what I've been working for. So if I don't enjoy it, what's the point? Imagine being there. Obviously, it's pressure. But I was just like, come on, you got it. This is what you wanted. This is what you worked for. And I think that was the key for me, just to stay very, very positive. I think over positive, because sometimes you will hit winners, and I'll be like, it's okay. But it is what it is. It is tennis. And yeah, I just enjoyed my final today. Thrilling final gives perfect ending to Philippine Women's Open. The sun lingered low over the course, as if it, too, refused to miss the final moments of a tournament that had grown bigger than the leaderboard. The Philippine Women's Open had reached its last day with tension stitched into every fairway, every green, and every breath held by the crowd lining the ropes. What followed was not just a conclusion, but a crescendo, a finish worthy of the tournament's history and the women who carried it forward. From the opening tee shot of the final round, it was clear that this would not be a quiet coronation. The leaderboard was crowded, margins were thin, and nerves were tested with every swing. Veterans fought to defend reputations built over years, while rising stars played with fearless intent, eager to claim their moment on the biggest stage. Each hole rewrote the story, and no one could predict who would be standing last. The course itself became a character in the drama. Greens that had seemed friendly earlier in the week turned slick and unforgiving under the afternoon heat. The wind shifted without warning, stealing confidence from well-struck shots and rewarding courage over caution. A birdie on one hole was often followed by a scrambling par on the next, the balance of power constantly shifting like tides against the shore. As the back nine unfolded, the gallery grew thicker, their footsteps and whispers echoing through the trees. Every putt drew a hush, every made shot sparked a ripple of applause that rolled across the fairway. The players could feel it, the weight of expectation, the pull of history, and the knowledge that one great moment could define a career. With only a few holes remaining, the tournament narrowed to a gripping duel. Shot for shot, the leaders answered each other with precision and resolve. One produced a daring approach that stopped inches from the pin, prompting a roar from the crowd. The other answered with an ice-cold birdie of her own, a reminder that championships are not given, they are taken. Pressure reached its peak on the final holes. Hands tightened on grips. Caddies offered quiet reassurance. Time seemed to slow as each player walked toward destiny. A missed fairway threatened to unravel weeks of preparation, but a miraculous recovery kept hope alive. A long putt rolled toward the cup, paused for a heartbeat, then disappeared, sending a surge of emotion through players and spectators alike. When the final hole arrived, the tournament had delivered exactly what sport promises at its best: uncertainty, courage, and the chance for greatness. The last approach shot rose against the sky, landed softly, and held its line. The final putt traced a perfect path, dropping into the cup to seal the outcome. In that instant, cheers erupted, emotion spilled over, and the tension that had gripped the course all day finally released. The champion stood still for a moment, absorbing the noise, the smiles, the tears. It was not just a victory, but a validation of sacrifice, resilience, and belief. Around her, fellow competitors offered embraces and applause, a powerful reminder that even in fierce competition, respect and camaraderie endure. As trophies were raised and photos captured the moment, the significance of the day settled in. The Philippine Women's Open had not merely crowned a winner, it had showcased the strength and brilliance of women's golf. It had